morning, everyone. It's Saturday, the 14th of March, and I'm starting a weekend reading vlog. He's not actually sleeping, but he's trying to, so I'm gonna make this quick. This week is the K-Carathon, which is basically all about self-care, which I'm all about because, you know, the world's a little bit crazy right now. So I'm going to show you what I plan to read this weekend. So these are the 3 books that I plan to read this weekend. First, I'm going to start, this lighting is horrible, but I'm so sorry. It's just that, you know, can't do much about my blinds. I'm going to start The Search for Wondla by DiTerlizzi, which is my absolute favorite middle grade series. So this just feels cozy and homey, and it's going to make me forget everything that is happening in the world. The next book I plan to read, which was actually not in my March TBR, is Among the Imposters, which is the second book in the Shadow Children series. There you go. This one is, I can't tell you what it is about because then I'll spoil the first book. And then finally, I plan on finishing Spying on Whales, which I have here on my Kindle, which is a surprisingly calming and happy read. And well, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I don't have many plans. My mother was supposed to be flying back to Venezuela tomorrow, but we don't know if that's gonna happen because of the travel ban that was put up. So we're gonna go to the airport and probably get that figured out. She also has a cold. Don't worry, she's fine. She hasn't even had a fever. She just has a lot of runny nose and coughing, but we're still gonna go to the doctor to make sure that she's a-okay, and so that they can give her a kind of write-up for the airport. So there's a bunch of stuff going on, but mostly I'm gonna focus on reading. I'm back home now. We went grocery shopping just because we needed to get some things. No panic here. And now we're having an amazing lunch. I'm gonna show you. I'm having, this is a Asian thing called euda, which is basically chicken. It's chicken, it's big vegan chicken. And then a nice broccoli and various vegetable salads and some rice. And then my husband is having the same chicken, the same salad thing, some cheese because he is vegetarian, he does eat cheese, in a tortilla wrap. And that's pretty much it. And over here we have my book, which I plan to get to right after lunch. All right, here I am back in my bed. Lunch been eaten. Everything has been more or less picked up for the day, and I'm gonna settle down with the wonderful, I just poked myself in the eye with the wonderful The Search for Wondla. I think I'm on page, let me check, I'm on page 56. I'm gonna try to read for about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, but I might also take a nap because I desperately need a nap. Hi. It's me again, and I've just read a little bit about this book, but there's one thing that I want to say about this book that I think is so underappreciated, and that's number 1, how magical it freaking is. Like, I have never read anything so magical in my life. I know that's like a lot to say, but it really is. And the other thing is that the kid in this book feels so realistic. It feels like a kid wrote the book, which is one of the things that I really like have a hard time with when I'm reading books about kids or about teenagers, that it always feels like it's an adult writing as if, because it usually is an adult, writing as if they were a kid or a teenager. But in the case of this book and a couple of other books, I truly feel like I'm reading from a kid's perspective. And I just think that that's fabulous, and I just think it's part of why this book is so special and magical to me, because it just brings me back to being a child and to, I don't know, things like when Eva, the main character, sees the sun for the first time. She says, it's too big, it's much brighter than the hollows, it's going to burn me. Because of course that's what a little child would think if they hadn't really seen the sun the first time, you know? So I think that that's something so special and so magical about this book. And it just captures you from the first moment, because it goes so fast too. Like, you are introduced, you kind of get a feel for the world, and then bam, you're like thrown into the adventure, and that's something I really appreciate. So let's keep reading. I keep saying that. Of course I'm gonna keep reading. Let's keep going in and keep going with this magnificent, wonderful story. Hi, I'm back from my nap, which I'm very happy that I took because I really needed a nap. I don't know about you, but when I'm super anxious, a nap just kind of brings me back to life, or at least deals with my anxiety a little bit. But also, I brought out my cozy little blue and white star blanket, which I use when I'm not feeling very good. And I use it because it reminds me of The Haunting of Hill House, which is not a feel-good book, but there's this quote in it about a little girl in a restaurant who refuses to drink her milk because she will only drink it in her cup of blue stars. And the main character, Eleanor, thinks this when she sees the whole interaction. She says, "Don't do it," Eleanor told the little girl. "Insist on your cup of stars. Once they have trapped you into being like everyone else, you will never see your cup of stars again. Don't do it." And the little girl glanced at her and smiled a little subtly, dimply, wholly, comprehending smile, and shook her head stubbornly at the glass. Brave girl, Eleanor thought. Wise, brave girl. So I love that quote, and I love this blanket, and it also happens to be super cozy. So we're gonna keep reading on this wonderful blue starred, or which is actually white starred, I know, blanket. So I've been reading for a while, and I'm on page, let's see, 152. Aww, baby wants love. Look at her. Look at her. But anyway, I was just sitting here reading, and I have been for a while, and I figured it's time for a snack. So I got myself a mandarin. My cat just, if I'm around, she has to be around. But anyway, I got myself some mandarin and my bottle of water. This is a hydro flask. Are all of these things called hydro flasks? But whatever. But before I eat this, I just wanted to say, am I the only person that finds drinking tea or drinking coffee or even having a snack while reading really annoying? Like, I don't know, my hands get dirty and then I have to touch the book. I don't enjoy it at all. So I'm taking a moment just to eat my mandarin and drink my water and relax. Here, this is Penny. Say hello, Penny. This is the one that always wants to be in videos. And this is Sushi, who's always running away when I'm filming or when I'm doing anything. She doesn't like to be the center of attention. They're both here with me. And so is Rodrigo over there playing on his computer, enjoying this time without having to do anything other than sit around and chill. Isn't this the life? I think this is the life. So it's, I think, let's check my phone, around 7:30 p.m. and I've read about 50% of the book. And I just want to say there are these two characters in the book that are like the parent characters. But imagine if, like, I don't know how to explain it, but one of them has been with this child its whole life and the other one just came into the picture. And they bicker and argue about everything. And it's so beautiful and wholesome. And I love it. It's so sweet. I remember now loving that. Loving, like, one of them is a germaphobe. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't. And the other one's like, let it go. It'll be fine. And they bicker and argue through the whole book. But it's always, like, for the best of Eva 9. That is the main character. And it's just so sweet, and I love it. I keep chuckling to myself because every time I read about them bickering, it just makes me so happy. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this book today. I had planned to, but you know what? I've also been watching YouTube videos and just chilling, but I wanted to tell you about Rovi and Mother and about their cute AF relationship when it comes toward Eva 9. I know that I keep calling her Eva 9 and not Eva 9, but that's because the first time I read this book, I actually read it in Spanish, so in my head, her name is Eva, not Eva. So make of that what you will. Alright, I'm gonna get back to reading this book and I'll check in with you guys either later or tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll definitely finish it. My goal for today, I'm actually gonna make a video about this, but you see how I have different bookmarks? My goal for today is to get over here to the last bookmark, and this is like my current goal. So this is my ultimate goal and this is my current goal. I'll make a video all about that and how that helps me read more, but for now, I'm just gonna continue reading. I'm almost finished with what I wanted to read tonight, which was reach page 300 of this book. And one thing I want to say is that for a book for children, this is surprisingly graphic. There are some scenes in here where I kind of have to like skim over them because they're pretty intense. It's like animal, not torture, but you know, animal death and stuff like that. So if you're sensitive about that, just know that there is some of that in here, which I always forget, and then I read it and then I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. But anyway, that's going to be my last update for the evening. As you can see, I'm showered, I did my nighttime routine, and I'm going to read the last 10 pages, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow, which I will probably finish this tomorrow, and then I'll decide what to pick up next. Night, guys. Good morning, it's me again. It's Sunday, well, morning-ish. Let me check what time it is. It's actually 12:30 at this point, but I've been up since 7, but I was the only person up in my house and I didn't want to bother everyone by filming. So what have I been up to today? As you saw earlier, I edited my book haul, which turned out to be 23 minutes long because I bought a lot of books in March. That should be up after this video, I think, so let me know what you think about it if you do see it. And now I am going to get back to this book, which I read quite a bit of it this morning. Yesterday I read 300 pages and this morning I think I read about 70 pages. So I have about 70 pages left. So I'm definitely going to finish this today. And then, I don't know where my Kindle is, but I'm going to get going with Spying on Whales because I really want to continue reading that book. I was going to read Among the Imposters by Margaret Peterson Haydix, but really I feel like reading Spying on Whales more, and I can leave this for next month or for next Wednesday, for next weekend. So right now I'm just gonna fix my bed and then I'm gonna get ready because even though I'm not going out anywhere because, you know, with everything going on, I still like to get ready, you know. You gotta look a little bit cute sometimes. I'm not saying I don't look cute, but you know, I want to get ready. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll bring you along with me. This is how Rodrigo is spending his weekend. He paints these tiny little miniatures, which I'm going to try to focus on while he paints. What are they, Ro?
I'm painting Macedonians.
And what are they for?
For historical war game.
That's so cool. Yes. And he paints a lot of them. Can you show like your little army? That's his little army. I'm not going to zoom in a lot because some of them are naked. Right? And now I am back from what I wish I could say was a really nice and relaxing nap, but the reality is that it was actually quite a stressful nap. Had a lot of nightmares. I don't know, it was not the best nap in the world, but I'm awake now and I've got over here my little Wondla, which I am almost finished with. I think I have like 30 pages of it done. I mean, not done. 30 pages of it to go, so let's get this thing finished. This book, you guys, it's so sweet, and the part I'm at is so sweet, and I can't say anything other than it just is so realistic about relationships with your parents, the way your parents feel about you and can't tell you, the way you feel about your parents, even as an adult, because you might think like, of course, you know, it's middle grade, so it's for kids, but it's so beautiful. And I swear I'm about to cry, and I've read this book like 4 times, but it's so sweet. I just this is precisely what I needed after that horrible nap. So I'm so happy, and I'm just gonna keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading until I finish it, and then make sure to watch my wrap up. Although I'm quite certain you get it that I love this book and that I would like throw myself, okay, well, not off a building, but off a really high, you know, diving board for a copy of this book. And I knew this was coming. Like I knew it because I've read it before. It doesn't matter, it's still like, this book is so powerful. And well, I thought I'd record my reaction to it. It's so good, and it's so sweet. I refuse to cry. I refuse to cry. We're almost there, but I refuse to cry. But this book is it's really something. It's really something else. Please read this book. It's so wonderful. I just want to kind of go give my mom a hug right now, you know, even though she's horribly sick. She's got the cold, don't worry. But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's always a 5 out of 5 for me. It's simply incredible. Really, it really is. Okay, so I finished The Search for Wondla by DiTerlizzi, and I loved it. You've seen the blog. I adored it. My cat loves to mess with my hair. But anyway, I was going to pick up Spying on Whales next because I'm really enjoying that book. But then I looked at my Goodreads and I realized that I have about 2.5 hours left of The Man in the High Castle. Well, I actually have 4 hours left, but since I read at like 2.5 speed, that's about an hour and a half. And honestly, I'm tired of reading. I don't know if this is like not right to say on booktube, but I do sometimes get tired of actually physically reading. Excuse me, I actually do get tired of physically reading, and this is not a short book. Yes, it's middle grade, and the letters are big and there are pictures in it, but this is still an almost 500-page book that I read in 2 days. So I think I might just audiobook it the rest of the way while I edit a little bit. And I'm just gonna edit this vlog and edit some other stuff while I listen to The Man in the High Castle. And I'll start with Spying on Whales during the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog so far. I'll update you if I do finish The Man in the High Castle and when I finish it, because oh dear me, and Philip K. Dick and I are just not the best of friends. He's an amazing writer, but he's not the writer for me. But I'm almost done with this book, so I'm just gonna go ahead and push through and finish it. But yes, this is wonderful. I can't say enough good things about it. Loved it. So there's a storm outside, and as you can see, I am currently rendering my March TBR, and I have not read anything because this video made me upset. Wow, can you hear that thunder? It's actually pretty cool. Well, I love storms. I grew up in Florida, so storms remind me of home. And now, after all of this, there you go, you can hear it. I'm gonna get to reading a little bit, or well, listening to my audiobook. I'll see you in a bit. Hi guys, so I just finished doing my first class of the day through Skype and it went pretty well. And I realized that I never updated you on my weekend reading vlog. I did finish The Man in the High Castle and I still feel much the same about Philip K. Dick. He makes me feel like I am dumb. But other than that, it's the start of a new week and we'll see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. I know that it might be a little bit crazy because I have never done one of these before. But if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you've read anything that I read this weekend and how your weekend was. I'll see you guys later in my next video. Bye!